Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland, BROWNS. Let's get to the news now, folks. There's a lot of buzz swirling around Cleveland right now, especially when it comes to that quarterback position. And let me tell you, it's not just idle chatter. The Browns are at a crossroads, and the decisions they make in this upcoming offseason could shape the next chapter of this franchise for years to come. The question is, who's going to lead Cleveland in 2026? Will it be Shedeur Sanders, the young quarterback who's shown flashes of potential but still needs development? Or will the Browns go in a different direction? This debate is heating up, and fans are eager to see what the front office will do, especially considering how much they believe in Sanders or how much they might be willing to draft or acquire someone else. Shedeur Sanders, for those of you who are still catching up, was drafted this year and has been given a chance to show what he can do in the NFL. In his first 6 games, he's completed about 1% of his throws for around 103 yards with 6 touchdowns but also 8 interceptions. Those numbers aren't eye-popping, but they tell a story. This young man is still learning, still growing. He started 5 games with a record of 1-4 in those starts, and most recently, he's lost his last 4 games. But here's the thing, despite the rough patches, Sanders has been able to keep the Browns competitive in many of those games. Cleveland's offense has struggled at times, but Sanders has shown improvement in his accuracy and decision-making. Sure, turnovers have been an issue, but that's part of the process for a rookie adjusting to the NFL speed and complexity. Now, the big question that's on everyone's mind is, should the Browns commit to Sanders long-term? Some experts and insiders believe they should. Legendary Cleveland sports broadcaster Bruce Drennan, a real voice of the city, shared some thoughts recently on his show on the BIGPLAY Sports Network. He emphasized that if the Browns truly believe Sanders can be their guy, then the team should use their draft picks this offseason to build around him. That means investing heavily in the offensive line, because Cleveland's line has been a mess all year, and adding skill position players to give Sanders the weapons he needs to succeed. Bruce is all about keeping Sanders as the franchise quarterback, and he's right on that front. Cleveland needs to prioritize protecting their young QB and surrounding him with the playmakers that can turn potential into production. Speaking of the offense, it's no secret that the Browns have faced significant challenges this season. Injuries have decimated the offensive line, which has been a revolving door from week 1. Veterans have been in and out, and that has severely impacted both the passing and rushing games. The line's instability has led to inconsistent protection, which in turn has made Sanders' job much harder. When your line isn't holding up, it's tough for any quarterback to settle in and find rhythm. That's why, despite some promising moments, Sanders has been under a lot of pressure, and that pressure has contributed to some of those costly turnovers. And let's not forget the receiving core. Cleveland hoped that Jerry Jeudy and David Njoku would step up as reliable targets, but that hasn't quite materialized. Jeudy has been inconsistent, battling injuries and drops, while Njoku, once a focal point, has been more of a backup at times. Instead, rookie tight end Harold Fannin Jr. has emerged as the leading receiver, impressive for a rookie, but it highlights how much the offense has struggled to find a rhythm. The Browns needed their top pass catchers to step up, but injuries and inconsistency have held them back. That's a big reason why the offense has sputtered and why Sanders has faced so many struggles this year. And then there's the running game. Cleveland's rushing attack has been among the league's worst, largely because of the issues along the offensive line. They've got a promising rookie, Quinshon Judkins, in the backfield, but he hasn't been able to produce the consistent performances needed to lift the offense. The line's problems have also affected the run blocking, making it tough for Judkins and the Browns' ground game to get going. It's a classic case of a perfect storm, injuries, line struggles, and a lack of consistency, keeping Cleveland from reaching its full potential on offense. All these issues paint a picture of a team in transition, and it's clear that Sanders shouldn't be judged solely on this season's results. The Browns are not as good as they could or should be, and a lot of this is due to the overall team health and execution issues. But what's exciting is that Cleveland has options. The team has the cap space and draft capital to make some serious upgrades this offseason. They could go out and get some veteran offensive linemen or add impact skill players to help Sanders develop. The key is whether they give Sanders a real chance. Because if they do, and they build around him properly, there's a lot of potential for this team to take a big step forward. Looking ahead, many fans in Cleveland are supporting Sanders as the franchise quarterback. They see his potential and believe that with the right pieces around him, he can be the guy to lead the Browns back to greatness. The Browns have to be patient, give him a full season to grow, and protect him with a stronger offensive line. If they do that, Sanders could develop into a solid NFL starter, a leader for this team for years to come. Cleveland's front office has the resources to make that happen, and the fans are eager to see their team put the pieces in place for long-term success. Now, it's not just about the quarterback. The Browns need to address multiple areas: offensive line depth, receiver upgrades, and more consistent play on both sides of the ball. But at the core, the quarterback position is the most crucial. If Cleveland invests wisely in the offseason, prioritizing protecting Sanders and giving him better weapons, they could turn this around faster than many expect. Fans have seen flashes of brilliance from Sanders, and it's clear that with a little patience and the right support, he could become the face of Cleveland's future. So as we look ahead to the offseason, the buzz is all about whether Cleveland will stick with Sanders or look elsewhere. Right now, the team's best move is to give him the full chance he needs to develop, to build that offensive line, and to add the skilled players who can make plays. The potential is there, and the fan base is fired up. Cleveland can become a playoff contender again if they make smart, strategic moves. That's what makes this offseason so critical, not just for this team's future, but for their shot at another Super Bowl run down the line. The Browns have the talent, the cap space, and the draft picks to make a splash. Now it's all about execution, trust, and believing in their young quarterback. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Cleveland Browns news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this situation? Do you believe Sanders is the guy to build around, or do you think the Browns should explore other options? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Browns as a whole. We're all in this together, dreaming of that next big playoff run and hopefully another shot at the Super Bowl. Remember, I'll be back soon with even more updates, so stay tuned for all the latest Cleveland Browns news. We're in this journey together, and the best is yet to come. Let's go Browns.